Hello everyone, my name is General Fancy Pants, and welcome back to Memoria. When we last left off, we did some more exploring of this palace here. We picked up this Lamp of Darkness, and now we're going to talk to Ariarchos. I think that's how you say his name, Ariarchos. That's a tough one. Anyway, so let's take a look at him first.
He seems to be quite in his element.
And it looks like to be a bunch of runes up here or something. Yep, runes. But let's just save that for now, and let's just let's talk to him for a bit.
The ice djinn in these halls has shown me the way to an ancient text. It's one of the few in which the Garden of Oblivion is mentioned.
And?
It's a travelogue by a mage named Halef ben Jalif. He was a servant of one of the Mogul mages and sent out to find the garden.
Which Mogul mage?
The last of the Moguls, Malakar. Unfortunately, he never found the garden, and fearing punishment, he began to hide from his master's lackeys. He feared that if he were found, they would, here I quote, "First place the mask on me, and then transform me into a lifeless artifact."
What sort of artifact?
Who knows? Perhaps a ring or a bracelet.
Or a staff?
Those old Moguls really knew how to ruin someone's life.
What was his name again?
He was called Halef ben Jalif. I wonder if they ever caught him.
Okay, so Halef ben Jalif is probably the staff. Interesting. So we kind of know maybe if he really is indeed the staff. Now we kind of have a backstory for him and help him out with his memory.
What else do you know about Ben Jalif?
Not much. He was given the mask and sent out to find the garden. That's all it says here.
Okay. Let's find out more about the Garden of Oblivion.
What does the log say about the garden?
It says that some sort of magic word is buried in the garden. A word that will awaken the true power of Malakar's mask, and that 3 secret chambers will point the way there. The rest is just incoherent nonsense.
Are you sure?
Yes. The search for the garden must have gone to Jalif's head. He babbles that the place was created by an ancient entity, a servant of time, and that Satinav, the Lord of Time, separated the garden from our spheres, so that nothing that happens in the garden would have consequences for our reality. Then there's something about lies that become truth, and a hole in the Book of Time. Obviously the inventions of a half-wit.
I think there's more to it than that. Alright, let's ask about the true power of the mask.
There's a spell buried in the garden which will waken the true power of the mask? What is its true power?
It says here that the mask presents its bearer with a choice. He either decides for sweet oblivion or to undo things which once happened, as if they never came to pass.
That sounds very powerful.
Oh yes, it does. More than a few would murder for such power.
Yes, I could see where that might be the case. Let's ask about these 3 chambers here.
3 chambers show the way?
Yes, their entrances are located somewhere in Draconia. Keep an eye out for this symbol. You can have the pages, if you like.
Thank you.
Okay, so it's an eye. Is that it?
However, to open the chambers, you need to have the mask with you. Until you have the mask, there's no point in searching for the chambers.
Are you inciting me to steal?
I'm only here to pass on knowledge. What you do with it is your business, and yours alone.
Okay. Let's ask one more time about the 3 chambers, just to be sure. Because this is obviously a very important part of the game.
If I want to enter the garden, I have to find the 3 chambers first, right?
Yes, but before that, you need Malakar's mask, and then you must find and complete all 3 eye symbols.
Okay. Alright, so it's just that one symbol, but there's 3 of them. Okay. that makes sense. Let's ask about Servant of Time.
The garden was created by a servant of time?
Correct. They say this servant sleeps in the 3 chambers and waits for a mage to wake him.
Does it have to be a mage?
Yes. Only the presence of magic will disturb his sleep.
Okay, and let's ask about Satinav, which I thought Satinav was the Servant of Time, but I guess I could be wrong.
Who is Satinav?
Satinav is the guardian of time. He watches over the Book of Time and makes sure that no one disturbs or changes the things written there.
Has anyone ever seen him?
No, he's only a legend.
Okay. So we've asked about all these things.
That's enough for now.
Yeah, okay.
You know, I find it curious that you've never heard anything about this at all. I noticed your tattoo. You're a descendant of Malachi yourself, aren't you? Have you learned nothing from your forefathers?
No, I'm hearing about all this for the first time.
And our prince, above the observatory. He's your brother, isn't he? I just wonder what drives you. An uncanny determination glows in your eyes. Either you'll achieve the impossible, or you'll descend into the deepest madness.
I won't be stopped.
I only want to warn you. Please, take care of yourself.
Okay, well that was nice of him. I mean, he's obviously out there to help us, and he's kind of seeing what I'm seeing in her too, is that there's just this unnatural, like, just push to achieve what she's looking to accomplish. Let's take a look at the bookshelf.
Do you see anything that interests you?
No, nothing. Why is it so cold here?
The Library of Draconia is supervised by the Ice Faculty. Writing is like ice. It freezes a moment in time. In this case, for eternity.
Alright. So I wonder if the statue is actually a real person. Probably not. Alright, let's take a look at these runes up here on the arch.
Just where have I seen this before? Just where have I...
Okay, so she's gonna say the same thing if I examine them. Let's interact with them.
What kind of runes are these?
Oh, those are the symbols of the 6 elements. That rune stands for fire.
Okay, so this one is fire, the triangle.
That's clearly the symbol for air.
That's air.
That symbol represents ice. That symbol stands for water. That's probably the symbol for ore.
And this one will be earth then.
That's the symbol for earth, if I'm not mistaken.
Okay, so fire, air, ice, water, or earth. Alright, so that's going to be important now that we actually know what the symbols look like. I guess maybe we're done in this area, I suppose. Let's head out. So let's head back to the main hall, since yeah, there doesn't really seem to be anything other more I can do here. We did pick up a lot of information from Ariakos, I cannot say his name. Alright, so let's see, what happens if I just go, okay, so that's the library. What's this room? What is this ornament here? Hey, that's the symbol from...
A single hand rests in the center of the ornament.
And up here is the stained glass window.
Only a little light is shining through.
Okay, so...
Another dragon monument? These halls seem to have no end.
Yeah, this place is enormous.
An underground lake. I feel a rhythm, like a heartbeat.
Huh. Alright, looks like there's a passage, or like a walkway here that probably will lead here. Alright, so I can already tell, or assume, that light goes through the hand that's up in the stained glass window, shines down onto this hand, and then something will happen to the lake or the monument. But I don't think we really have anything.
No.
Yeah, we don't really have anything that would work or do anything like what we're thinking. So let's go back up to the main hall. Let's go down to here, I guess, because we already have been up to the guest room. That's where we started this whole place, basically. Oh, okay.
Xerxes!
Calm down. I'm allowed to leave my room now.
Alright, let's ask about the laboratory.
What sort of room is this?
A workshop.
And what do you do here?
As an ore elementalist, I study stones and crystals.
And dangerous artifacts.
Those too.
Okay. Let's,
What are you studying now?
An elemental sphere. Don't bother me, I have a good feeling right now. The work is going very smoothly.
Okay, let's ask about the mask.
What do you know about this mask here?
I don't like it. It gives me an uneasy feeling.
Alright, or either we're going to ask him to research the mask or ask him how the mask is going.
Examine the mask.
Later.
When later?
Please, stop harassing me with your annoying questions. I feel good about this sphere right now. I need to make use of this inspiration.
Okay, what's the good feeling?
You only research things that give you a good feeling?
I associate warmth and light with the sphere. With the mask, I associate only cold flesh and death. Does that answer your question?
I guess so. How are you feeling right now?
How are you feeling now?
I associate warmth and light with the sphere. With the mask, I associate only cold flesh and death.
Okay. What about the staff, which I don't see anywhere in here, but maybe... Oh, there it is. It's right there.
Have you taken a closer look at the staff on the table?
Briefly,
And?
it is ensouled. Longer study will show what lies within.
Aha.
And we kind of already know what lies within the staff, at least presumably anyway. Okay, so let's
He knocked it off the table in his fury.
yeah, okay, so let's take this goblet. I don't know what we'll need it for yet, but there's the staff.
They chained it to the table. I know now who you are. Your name is Halef ben Jalif. You were Malakah's servant. He sent you to find the Garden of Oblivion, but you only made it as far as Draconia. As a punishment, the mask was placed on you. Your memory was stolen, and you were made into what you are now. Yes.
What did the staff say?
It's not written here. The air elementalist could only write down what his spirit observed, not what happened in Saj's mind.
Rats! I've been waiting for this moment for so long, and now this.
So you're a victim of the mask yourself. I suppose I can forgive you.
Okay, so now we have our spells back. Awesome. What's this? Oh, depetrify. I remember that one. Alright, so we need to get the Aura Adept to look at the mask. Now, I don't know how I'm going to do that yet, but This is his item, so that's what we'll need to interact with the Ore Adept. And oh, here's some stuff here. Let's take a look at the stuff first. Might help us.
A pile of rocks. What are these rocks?
Don't be arrogant. They're not mere rocks. They're ores, and very important and valuable to me.
Okay. How about this tablet?
It's broken. The stone tablet is broken.
Don't remind me. I tripped and now it's ruined. Every time I think about it, I almost lose my will to live.
A round piece of rock. What is this then?
It's a whetstone. I'm indifferent towards it. It just serves its purpose.
Okay. Why this broom is so important?
Street merchants use this to thrash little children when they catch them stealing. You must have a lot to keep clean.
Yes, and I hate it. I hate this broom.
Let's petrify it. Oh, we can't. Okay, so let's see if we can't figure out how to send this vision. So send vision. Now we have to associate the mask with a warm feeling, because that's the only way that the Ore Adept here will look at the mask. So we'll look at the mask, or send him the mask. The stove is nice and warm. But I'm not sure what else we need to do. Oh, light. Yes, okay. So he associates it with light and warmth. So I wonder if it's these crystals. These crystals seem to be pulsating with light. Let's try that. Did it work? No, I guess not. Man, I thought I had it. Let's see. So I'm just trying to figure out.
Is that your tea?
Yes, it keeps me warm. Its aroma reminds me of comforting things and good times.
Okay. That would give him a good feeling. We can't actually look at this, which is odd, considering we can use it for Ascend Vision. You'd think that it would help us with to get more information on what this actually is, but I don't know. Alright, so let's try this again. Alright, so send vision of the goblet. Now let's try the tea table. The mask. Maybe the ores, since the ores are very valuable to him.
I've developed an interest in the mask, but first I should finish with the sphere.
I like how he just said that. Who's he talking to? Maybe it's just like a confirmation that he did things right, other than just that he actually said it. Let's take a look at the magical contraption.
It's aligned with this orb. Why not with the mask?
Well, let's talk to the Aura Adept. Maybe maybe we can convince him now to take a look at the mask.
I have to know something.
What?
How are you feeling now?
I associate warmth and light with the sphere. I've developed an interest in the mask, but first I should finish with the sphere.
Okie doke. So we have to keep piquing his interest with the Sun Vision. I'm not sure what else. Let's see. Warmth and light. Well, the orb that he's looking at has a lot of light emanating from it. I think he said warmth and light. Well, let's see if the ores piqued his interest about the mask, maybe this tablet, because he did feel pretty bad about it. So we're trying to invoke feelings out of him, basically. So what we want to do then, I guess, is, or try. He feels bad about the tablet. These other things, he hates the broom. The tea table brought in good memories. And we didn't really talk to him about the stove, but let's try the tablet. Alright, so we have that. We have the tablet. And I guess the broom, since he hates it. So these are sort of negative feelings, is really what we're sending to him right now.
Ugh, how repulsive. How can something so beautiful conjure such ill feelings? Time to devote myself to something nicer.
Okay.
So that's it.
Is there anything new?
The mask is a reservoir. It stores memories.
Sure, by draining them from people.
Yes, but that's trivial. What's really fascinating is that it stores everything which happens around it. It's as though it observes the world in silence and takes note of everything. If we were to succeed in reversing its effect, we would have access to an enormous archive of past times. I have a good feeling about this.
Okay, so I kind of understand now what we just did. We associated the mask with the ores and the tea table. Sorry, I'm just trying to explain what I just did, because I didn't really understand what this had to do with each other. But we associated the mask with good feelings, and we associated the light, or the white orb, with bad feelings. And so that made him want to look at the mask. Okay. That makes sense. Alright. Just want to... because I didn't really know how these things you'd put with the mask. And not like the crystal down here, which emanated light. 'Cause I thought he said that light and warmth. But he was more talking about the emotional side, not the actual, like, light. Anyway, let's ask him about reversing the mask's magic.
How can the magic of the mask be reversed?
That sort of thing takes time. I would attempt to weave a modification of a reverse Salis into a gemstone, and then attach that to the mask. If the spell inside the mask is then recited, it should have the converse effect. Instead of emptying the wearer, it would begin to transmit stored memories to him.
Okay.
I want you to reverse the effect of the mask.
That will take time. Besides, I lack an appropriate gemstone.
Okay. Well, I don't know if this is going to be the appropriate gemstone, but we do have a gemstone, and we have this ruby here. Let's give that to the Aura Adept.
Take this ruby, weave the reversal spell into it, and reverse the effect of the mask.
I told you, it isn't that easy. First, I need to examine the quality of the stone. Possibly grind it again.
We don't have time for that. I want to know what the mask knows.
Okay, let's ask nicely.
Please, you have to do it.
I will, but not yet. Such hasty action would be much too risky.
Alright, I guess let's pressure the researcher.
Do as I tell you.
Such an intervention is dangerous.
I need everything I can get my hands on in order to survive in the gore. My life is at stake here, so do it.
Yeah, we can do all that. You'll now become either completely stupid or entirely enlightened. Fadan faskadan, esplasta quatan, umurilor, gras ferel goran, hulbe mutir gerul felan, juntir quatan feluntir zodan. Hey, can you hear me?
Uh-oh.
I had a vision.
Someone else's memory? So it worked!
You sound surprised.
You're very lucky that you're still able to speak. What else did you learn? Did you learn any new skills? If so, show me.
Another spell? Good grief. Oh, wait a minute. Activate, deactivate. Okay, so now... Oh, I see. So we got the memory of the staff, so now we don't need the staff to cast activate, deactivate. Interesting. Let's activate the magical contraption.
You can cast spells?
I only remember this one spell. No, wait. There's more.
The more frequently you call upon the memories in the mask, the more they'll be accessible to you. Take off the mask. Do you still remember?
No. The spells are gone.
As I suspected, the effect is only active as long as you wear the mask. Put it on again and cast the second spell.
Huh, okay. And this is... Okay, so this is the Send Vision.
Now that's just uninspired.
Okay, so we cast the second spell. Well, I guess let's do that, because that's all we can do. Let's do the whetstone. I guess it's really just all that's left is just the three... Maybe the three things we didn't really do? I'm not sure. So yeah, let's just do the whetstone. And I guess this would actually be something, the crystal, and then this was something that he'll immediately recognize in his vision. So let's do this.
Stop playing with my thoughts. Let me try one more thing. Remove the ruby and put the mask on again. Can you still cast spells?
Yes. I remember more and more.
Ha! I'm brilliant! Once the ruby has created a connection between the wearer and the mask, the bond remains even without the stone. That's enough for now. Give me the mask and you can go.
Oh, I see. Let's petrify him.
He was turned into a small crystal. I suppose the spell isn't very precise about what sort of stone it transforms someone into.
I have no idea if that's what I was supposed to do. And I can't cast my spells anymore. And I have the enchanted ruby. That's awesome. See if we can take the crystal.
He was turned into a small crystal. I suppose the spell isn't very precise about what sort of stone it transforms someone into.
Alright. So we don't really actually need the staff anymore. We can cast all the spells because of my ruby and the mask. So awesome.
Yes, that's true.
Alright, so we don't know what he's saying. Okay, I think I'm going to call it an episode right here. Next time we will continue on, and we have a bunch of stuff in our inventory. We have to find this drawing here to get those 3 chambers, or to get into those 3 chambers. And we don't really know what this does yet. And we have the enchanted ruby, which helps us cast spells. So next time we will continue on searching the palace and trying to accomplish our goals as Sadia. So I'll see you guys next time on Memoria. Until then.